Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Good evening. It's November 1st, 2018, and it is time to take a closer look at the 25 entries for the 2019 edition of the Group 5 slot car Proxy. What I'm going to do is I have unpacked the cars a few minutes ago, and I am going to take in random a car, have a quick look to see if it meets the basic tech inspection and meets the rules. Take and weigh the car, the front and the rear of the car, and then do an RPM. So hopefully the streaming is working. Hopefully the audio is good enough for you to hear. And in front of me I have car number 60. Car number 60 is Gas 41T from Australia. Hey Roscoe, thanks for entering again. BMW M1 with a Sidewinder. Looks like a 22K slotted motor. I'm not 100% sure. I will complete the actual specifications of the cars at a later stage. This evening I'll just take a rough look to see if it meets all the rules, and like I said, I will weigh the front and the back of the car, and I'll do a quick RPM at 10 volts. So Roscoe finished last year in, let's have a look and see. Roscoe finished 14th last year, so he has an automatic qualification position for 2019. Everything on the car looks really neat, with a little bit of tape on the bottom. I just want to make sure that you see what I see. Has a little bit of tape applied lengthwise across the bottom of the motor pod. Looks like a purple gear, and if I remember, a purple gear is 36 teeth slotted. Guide looks like a slotted guide. Everything looks really neat. The front wheels are turning freely. Doesn't look like the rear wheels are touching the body. There's quite a bit of body float. And taking a look at the weight, is 36 teeth. Weight on the front, let's call it 39. And weight in the back 48. So 39 and 48 grams in the back, and we will run it on the 10 volt body float dyno. So approximately 3200 RPM at 10 volts. Don't see any issues with this car. It looks like front tires look correct size. Nothing wrong with the rear tires. Car looks good. Good luck, Roscoe. Next car, we'll grab this blue car. Who does this belong to? This is ALS out of the USA. I think last year was the first time he entered the car, and it's a Sidewinder, sideways chassis, Lancia, one of the few Lancias. And I will have to say, looking at this car, Anthony, it looks a big improvement over last year's car. Front wheels are turning smoothly. The rear tires are quite close to the body. They don't seem to be touching though. It looks like some F1 style NSRs. And that is the, can't really tell. I think that's a black 32 tooth gear. Let's have a look at the weight. As you can see, tape length and crosswise. There's quite a bit of motor pod movement. Car looks well prepared. So let's take a look. See, front of the car is coming in at 39.7. And the rear of the car is coming in at 50.2. That's ALS. Tape length and crosswise. There's quite a bit of motor. And take a look at the RPM. There's a problem. That's ALS. We have a loose spur gear. Hopefully that's the only problem. It's quite a bit of wheel hop. So I'll take a look at that and see, but it looks to me as if we have a loose spur gear on this Lancia. That's car number 63. A loose spur gear. Let's take a car from this is Calgary. This is Mr. Carp. This is Paul's car. I think this is one of his first proxies, maybe a second time he's entered the proxy. Hey Paul, car number 59. Just want to make a note. Let's take a front wheels. This is wheels of Mr. Carp. This is running mostly freely. Rear tires looks a little bit dusty, but we'll clean those before the race. 59. Nothing seems to be binding. Everything seems to be good. I don't see any issues with any technical issues with this car, and looks like it's all good to go. Let's take a look at the weight. On the front we have 36.9. The rear is 42.4. And let's have a look and see what it does. RPM. Sounds like there's a little bit of a wheel hop, running at about 22,550 RPMs compared to Roscoe or Gas 41T at 3,200. So about 700 at 10 volts difference in the RPM. So that is car number 59. About 22,000. So let's take a look here, and car number 18. Car number 18 is Stevie. Fantastic Toyota. Great to see a Toyota. It looks like a 3D printed chassis. Tires looks well prepared. Nothing seems to be touching. Everything is running freely. Great to have a Toyota in the race. I entered the Toyota a few years ago, and I think Dennis also did run a Toyota. Now I do see a line on the tire. I've not run these cars. I only unpacked them a few minutes ago, so I'm hopeful that that was something that Steve has resolved prior to shipping the car. Maybe that's just something that happened during testing. And nothing is actually binding against the tire. Again, a sidewinder, that looks like a slotted. That'd be a 25. No, that wouldn't be a 20. That must be a 30K slotted. A blue gear is, I believe, a 34. So let's take a look and see what the weight distribution looks like. Binding against the tire. Again, a sidewinder, that looks like a 34.8 in the front, slotted, and a 54.7. No, that wouldn't be a 20. That must be a back. And RPM at 10 volts. Running very smoothly. running very smoothly. Let's call it 3600, and that is Stevie. RPM at 10 volts. Let's make sure that I have things sorted. So again, don't see any issues. Car looks meet the rules. Don't see any technical infringements. Car looks actually well prepared. Take a look here at car number 60. This is Chris Guy. Chris came, I think he came 4th last year. Don't see any issues. Car looks. Chris came 5th last year, and by the way, Stevie came in with his number 9 BMW, came 9th last year. So let's take a look at Chris Guy W. As always, immaculately prepared car. This BMW is raced before. Looks like he has very nicely prepared tires on the back. I'm not familiar with that motor. It might be an SRP. Very nicely prepared. In line with a PN aluminum motor pod. Let's take a look at the weight. Car's coming in at 36 in the front and 54.4 the back. That's for this guy, car number 60. At 10 volts. Let's call it 3,300 RPM. I'm sure it'd be another strong contender. Aloha. Hey Dale. Last year Dale's car struggled a little bit. I think he ended up in 18th place. This car looks a definite improvement over last year's car. It's got a 30k Shark motor in it. The tires look well prepared. Nice free hot movement. 18th place. Front wheels are spinning freely. Very, very close to the body, but it looks fine. Same back looks as if it's very close to the one side, but doesn't seem to be touching. Let's have a look and see. Running very smoothly. Coming in at about 3,600 RPM. And the weight very smoothly, coming at 32.3 in the front, 3,600 RPM, 32.3 in the front, and 54.7 in the back. Okay, let's take a look and see what we have. Oh, this is one of the new entries. This is one with the Playfit or Plafit chassis. The gentleman out of Japan, I think, that started Plafit. He actually passed away, I think, earlier in 2018. I don't know these chassis. Apparently, they're very popular in Australia, especially, and they have a championship. According to Cameron, Camber, Jimmy has won that particular series. car is definitely heavy, probably one of the heaviest proxy cars that I've seen. Everything looks really neat and tidy. Independent, no, not. Yeah, it is independent front wheels. Tires looks well prepared and sticky. And I am unable to tell you, it's a Sidewinder motor, but I'm unable to tell you. Most of these cars do have spec sheets with them, so thank you to those that sent spec sheets. If you did not, this is maybe a call out for you to please post the specifications of your car, what motor you have, what gear ratio you have. It'd be helpful, especially if you're running what type of tire you're running. NSR, be that ultra grips or super grips or perhaps slotted. So let's take a look at Jimmy slots. If you did not, this is maybe a call out for you. Coming in at 51.9 in the front and 72.5 in the back. The wing was loose in the package, and I will glue it back on before the series starts. Jimmy slots. Let's take a look. Running very smoothly, about 3750 RPM. I don't see any issues. There are no wheels or anything sticking out. I do notice, however, no, that's 59. This is car number 79. Okay, so no issues with this car. Good luck. Let's take this one. What is this car? Is this car number 24? This is Lance. A lot of love from Hawaii. So welcome back, Lance. Also, the car looks well prepared. I think last year Lance had a was it a Lancia? Let's take a look. It was a Lancia. He finished 12th in his first time entry into the Group 5 Proxy from last year. That looks like a gold. So gold, if I remember, is gold. Just checking to see. Gold is a 35 tooth here. Tires looks well prepared. Just based on the wear that I see on the tires, looks like it's running an air hub. Solid front axle. That looks like a gold. So gold, if I remember, is gold. Just checking to see. Front 28.3 here. Tires looks well prepared. Just based on the wear that I see on the tires. 28. Running an air hub. 0.3 and the rear 48.7. I don't like the way the cars are getting a bump when I put them on, so start them. A little bit of a wheel hop, but running quite smoothly at 3350. Probably closer to 3400. At 3350. 3400. So good luck, Lance. Thanks for joining us again. Let's take car number 51. This is Slot Racing Hawaii. Seems like we're on the island of Hawaii at the moment. Probably closer to 30. Another BMW M1 with a type of chassis that I am not familiar with. Looks well and neatly prepared. No issues with anything binding, although seems like we're on the island of Hawaii. Not the moment. No, doesn't look like it's binding. It's pretty close to that rear with a to the fender on this right hand side, but otherwise solid front axle. Definitely also a slightly heavier car. I'm not familiar with the motor. Let's take a look and see weight. Last year, Slot Racing Hawaii finished. Let's take a look. Finished 15th. So, car number 51. Slot Racing. Why? I'm not familiar with the motor. Let's take a look and see. Weight in the front is a 45.1. Weight in the back is 63.5. Take a look. Finished 15th. Number 51. Running quite smoothly. Some of that has to do with the weight. This dyno likes heavier cars a little bit. Let's call it 2,940. 2,940. And that is Slot Racing Hawaii. Quite smoothly. Some of that has to do with the weight. Good luck, Takahashi. Likes heavier cars a little bit. Not exactly sure how you say that in Japanese, but 2,940. Good luck. It's good luck. So, the Whitlam kit, car number 52, back again this year. He had a very, very close race and a season-long battle with car number 82. So I think I'll do Super Slap's car next. A unique angle winder approach, but it's a short can or an Mitsubishi style. That's a scale order 30K motor, same motor that I use. And I know I've been told by Richard that he has gone from, I think he had Ultra Grips last year, and this year he's gone to Super Grips. Again, everything looks legit. Car looks again well prepared. Let's take a look and see. Number 52, Coquitlam kit. I think he has Ultra Grips last year. Front 32.7. Again, everything looks and 53. Car looks again well prepared. Back, take a look and see. Running nice and smooth at around 3450. Okay, next we have Super Slab, car number 82, a NSR 25K. Everything looks typical of Alvain's cars, neat and tidy, and looks well prepared. Nice wheel clearance. A bit of body float, some part movement. Again, everything looks legit. Let's take a look. Let's see. Front's coming in at 31.1. Rear at 46.7. Nice wheel clearance. A bit of body float, some part movement. And let's take a look and see. RPMs looks legit. Let's take a look. Let's call it 3100. Again, running quite smoothly. Don't seem to have any issues. Next, we'll look at car number 63, Harold. The wing was loose. It looks like it's been glued a couple of times. I do have it, and I'll do my best to glue it back on. Not sure how successful I'll be, but I'll put some glue. It's a sidewinder. This is a H&R motor. Let's have a look. No part movement. Looks like he left the sides on, which is interesting. That part's quite tight. Nice body float. Everything looks clear and not touching the body. Let's take a look at the weight. Another BMW M1. It seems like we have a few of these. No part movement. Looks like he left the sides. So, Arnold is interesting. Front is 29.7. Nice body float. Rear is 52.3. Not touching the body. And let's take a look at the RPMs. Again, running quite smoothly. A little bit of a wheel hop, around 3100. At 10 volts. Okay, we'll leave that car for later. Let's take a look at. So this is Brumos RSR. Again, been a regular entrant in the Group 5 Proxy. Only ended up 10th last year. This year he's running a Plafit as well. Interesting. I'm not sure if he's this is a first for him or not. Everything looks neatly prepared. The wheel does in the Group 5. Yeah, the wheel, back wheel, the right hand side wheel is underneath the body. It's close. I do notice though this year he's running a Plafit as well. Maybe if it's the front wheel touching on the right hand side. Everything looks neatly prepared. Seem to be any damage to the wheel does anything, so I assume that's the way he designed it. Also the front guide is really tight to the spoiler. Maybe if it's the front wheel. Interesting. Okay, this is Brumos. Let's take a look and see what it looks like on the scales. So front is Brumos. Is 42.6. Rear is 67.8. Interesting. And let's take a look at the RPMs. This is Brumos. Let's take a look and see. Running smoothly at around 3600, even up to 38, 30, fluctuating quite a bit, but around 36. That's definitely one of the, I think, highest speeds we've had so far. Only second, I did see a 39 in there, but yeah. Okay, let's take a look at. That's definitely one of the, I think, highest speeds we've had so far. Only second, I did see a 39 in there, but as you can tell, I'm at our dining room table since the mouse is away at a conference. The cat, or maybe the cat's away and the mouse is playing at the dining room table. Haha. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm at our dining room table. Let's have a look. Let's take a look at my car. I am re-entering the same car I did last year, although I did paint a new body, at least just to keep it different. Someone said that a green racing car is bad luck, so I guess we'll find out. I'm running the same tires I ran last year, and I'm running a same motor, although I swapped out the motor because the motor that was in from last year, I think it did 2 proxies before, so I think it ran 3 proxies. I know it ran at least 2, so I put a new motor in, and I've added a little bit of weight on the chassis, like 1.5 grams, and I was able to take a little bit of weight out of the body, like 1 gram. So the net difference would be probably about 1 gram, maybe 1.5 grams. So let's take a look and see. I know it ran at least 2, so I put a new motor in, and I've added a little bit of weight. The front is coming at 28 grams, and I was able to take a little bit of weight out of the body, and the rear is coming in at 59, probably about 1 gram. So F1 fan. So let's take a look and see. I know it ran at least 2. Running smoothly at around 34, 35. Let's call it 35. A little bit of a wheel hop, but nothing too bad. Last year, Smokey-O and I had almost a series-long battle for second place. Camber car number 5 was well ahead, but during the last few races, I got lucky and was able to get a second place, and Smokey-O, Mike finished 3rd. So I think that might be a 29K slotted. I'm not 100% sure. And it looks like a 3D printed chassis. Not sure if those are, can't see because of the tape. I'm wondering if that is one of the, what's that? The second place, and I think that is a 3D printed. Not 100% sure. Mike, you need to let us know if that's a 3D printed chassis, or if that is perhaps. I think it is a 3D printed chassis. Okay, let's take a look at the weight. Can't see because of the tape. I'm wondering if that is one. Smokey-O coming in at 36.8 in the front, and 52.5 in the back. I think it is a 3D printed chassis. Okay, let's take a look at the. I'm trying to double check my car because it seemed very light in the. I want to make sure that scale was zeroed. Smokey-O. So let's take a look and see the RPMs. Running about 31.9, 32, let's call it 32. At 10 volts. Everything looks very smooth. That wheel is really tight to the chassis, but doesn't seem to be binding. So that is car number 70, and that's Smokey-O. 32. Let's call it 32.
Make sure that I don't miss these ones. Okay, where are we now? Okay, so this is car number 54. This is Les from Kelowna. As he's done previously, he has built a Lexan chassis. Always puts in a lot of work. And when I took this car out of the box a little bit earlier this evening, now I know Les has a few marbles maybe loose, and don't be too concerned, I do know Les. No, just kidding, I don't think he has any marbles loose. If he does, they're inside the car. So I assume what he's done here, he's added some weight, and the idea being that when the car accelerates, the weight shifts to the back, which gives you the traction. And then when you get into the corner, the weight moves to the front, which gives you the front end grip. Unless you need to let us know. I think there were cars back in the day that had a plate that would slide back and forth that achieved a similar, I guess, thing. Be interesting to see how this car runs. Again, everything looks really good. Quite big tires on the back, and nicely prepared. They look in really good condition. He's gone to a black guide, which is a good thing because last year we had some issues with the guide, not the see-through guide, the Lexan guide he had did not always trigger the sensors, and missed count some laps. So he's going to with a BMW 320 this year. Let's take a look and see. Weight. So it's 36.9 which is a good thing because on the front and 61.7 in the back, and that is less. Very interesting design. Take a look and see on chassis. That's the RPM. Take a look and see weight. I would call that a 3300 design. Take a look and see. So good luck, Les. Another looks. I will have to say that the standard of these Proxy cars are at completely different level. If you've ever seen entries in a Proxy, you're lucky to see half of the field well prepared. Absolutely every single car in this field is immaculate, unbelievable. I have no idea how they will run, but I will tell you now the standard of preparation is unbelievable. I thought we had a good standard or a high standard last year, and I thought we had a high standard the year before. It's just every single car here is just unbelievably well prepared. So congratulations. This is our champion from last year. This is Canberra's car. No, this is not Canberra's car. This is GT6 car. It's another BMW M1. It's car number 8 out of Saskatchewan. Scott raced with us a couple of seasons ago, and then he was building a new track. He took a break, and he's back. And it's nice to have you back, Scott. So let's take a look and see car number 8. This is Canberra's car. No, this is not Canberra's car. BMW M1. It's another BMW. Weighing in at about 47 grams on the front, 46.9, and in the back 63.8. Building a new track. He took and he's back. And that's GT6. So car number 8. Let's take a look and see how it runs on the dyno. BMW M1. Running very smoothly. Coming in at about 3,400. 34. call it 34, running nice and smooth. Everything is clear. Again, I haven't seen any issues with any of these cars as far as anything that I can say needs a closer look. It looks like all of them have passed the tech inspection. If needed, I'll take a second look, but thus far everything is fine. Mr. Proxy organizer himself, Audi 1 out of Massachusetts. Nice to have Alan back. He was, maybe took a sabbatical, but he's organizing many proxy races. You'll see many of those on Home Racing World. He has entered a similar chassis in the past, whereby doing some careful removing some of the chassis. He's created some flex. Looks like a nicely prepared car. Alan also always has a high standard. See no issues with anything. Alan has entered a variety of chassis in the past. He's had a similar one to this before, but I don't think it's the same one. Let's take a look at car number 19. A very nice matte black, a matte blue. Almost reminds me of a World War II Navy color scheme aircraft. So let's see. The front weighs 40.8, sorry, 40.8. The rear comes in at 49.1. Very nice matte black. And let's see what it does for RPM. World War II at 10 volt. Call it a 3400. So Alan is one of the cars that did not race last year, so see how it goes. So just a reminder, the top 16 cars of last year, in fact, because we had low tech not returning, would be the top 15 cars. They automatically qualify. We have space in the shipping boxes for 24 cars. We always made it clear, I'm always made it clear that the Proxy will be 24 cars maximum. So unfortunately, one of these well-prepared cars are going to go home, but instead of running a shootout, the plan is to ask Super Slap, Alvain, to please run the 25th car in the round 1 of the series, and then we will take that car, the car that finishes last, of the ones that are new. So in other words, the top 15 cars, no matter where they finish in round 1, they will go through into the series, round 2, 3, 4, and so forth. But the slowest car, the car that finishes slowest, out of sight of that top 15 from last year, that car will then be sent home. So I wish you well, and it's going to be kind of sad to send that one car back, but I have no doubt that whoever that may be will come back faster and stronger next time. So let's take a look at car number 9. This is this beautiful special edition sideways Ferrari 512. That looks like a 25k slotted. It looks like a 34 here. I'm not sure of the pinion. This is Scott's mate out of Saskatchewan. Len, I think is his name. 53BN1. I think someone would have to explain to us what that stands for, but 53BN1, a new entry into our Group 5 proxy. Great to have you. So thanks for joining us, and good luck. Everything is clear, free, everything is just neat and tidy. So let's take a look and see. This is one of the longer and narrower cars. One of these Ferraris ended in That was low tech in 13th position last time. It does have quite a bit of an overhang behind the rear axle, kind of like the Lancia 2. Lancia perhaps not as bad, but so it does have a little bit more of a pendulum effect. Let's take a look. 33.6 weight in the front, 57 even in the back. And let's see RPM at 10 volts. Last time. It does have quite a bit of an overhang behind the rear axle, kind of like the Lancia 2. Lancia perhaps. Running quite smoothly, a little bit of a wheel hop. It's not unusual for the lighter cars. Coming in about 3,100. 3150. So 3150. And this is 53BN1. 53BN1. Looks like a license plate. Okay, where are we now? We have a few more to go. I think without further ado, it's time to run last year's champion, Camber. This is Cameron out of Australia. Had an absolutely amazing car last year and was the well-deserved winner of the 2018 series. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't bring that car back. Maybe he feels like he needed to give us a chance. But let's have a look at also the Playfit chassis. Playfit, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it. Playfit. Plafit. And let's have a look and see on the weight. I assume this would be similar to Jimmy Slots. It looks very similar in its design, same body. It comes in at 45.6 on the front axle and 69.8 on the rear wheels. I said front axle, but I mean front guide. 69.8. Let's take a look at the RPM. So this is Camber. In its design, same body. It comes in at 45.6 on the front axle, with BMW with a Ferrari on the rear wheels, paint livery. I said front axle, but I'll call it a 3850 at 10 volts. Again, I think it's one of the highest axle speeds that we've had thus far. Of course, I'll check the diameter. I think that's a 20 millimeter drum on this. No, it's probably more like 30 millimeter if I just to take a wild guess at that. Yeah, I would say it's a 30 millimeter drum on that dyno. If you wanted to calculate RPMs, motor RPMs, if you knew the size of your rear wheels tires. Where are we now? Let's say number 17. This is Dave from Ontario, and has been entering, I think, this Proxy since the beginning. Constantly made improvements. Last year he finished in 17th spot, so he was just one outside of the top 16 qualifiers. Looks like he's made some changes. Car looks neatly prepared. Yeah, nicely done. Shark 30k motor. That looks like the 36 tooth gear on it. Let's take a look and see. One of the few. No, there's about 1, 2, 3. How many Caprice? There's a few Caprice. Looking at it quickly, I think it looks like there's about 3 Caprice. That Super Slab, Coquitlam Kit, and DMN17. So car number 17 weighs in at 37.8 on the front guide, 37.8 on the front guide, and 45.7 on the rear wheels. Let's take a look and see what it does for it quickly. I think it looks like there's about 3 Caprice, that Super Slab, Coquitlam Kit, and DMN17. A little bit more wheel bounce than some of the others, but 33, let's call it 3300 RPM for car number 17. See any issues with the wheels? Look well crewed, so let's see. That is car number 17. Okay, car number 62. This is Leadfoot 46 out of Kelowna. Helio, I hope you're doing well. I met quite a few of these guys when we raced up in the Tourist Trophy in Kelowna a few months ago. And I guess I'm allowed to brag a little bit because myself, Super Slab, and Perry, we were in a team and we ended up winning the first ever 3-hour Tourist Trophy. So Leadfoot 46 up in the Tourist Trophy in Kelowna. Car number 62 a few months ago. Another BMW M1. Where did Leadfoot finish last year? Super Slab. Just taking a look, he came in 16th place, so he was the last of the guaranteed qualifiers. So 40.7 front guide weight and 51.1 another BMW M1 rear guide, rear finish tires, rear wheels. Just taking a look, he can see how it runs on the dyno. Let's call it 2700. Fluctuating a little bit. And my fellow organizer and assistant and all-round good guy, Rob from Kelowna, TGY Racer. He had a very busy few months, and he is sending back his car from not last year but the year before, which I think finished second. It finished third. It was a strong car. It ran very well the year before last. So let's take a look and see. Running a 25k Shark. Let's see what Rob has on the front axle. 32, which I think finished 0.3. Rear axle 53.8. It was a strong car. It ran very well. This is the year before last. TGY Racer. Running a 25k Shark. Let's see what Rob. Let's call it 3100 RPM. And then last but certainly not least is our friend Tony from Tacoma. Tony finished last year in sixth position. He's back again with his Warsteiner BMW 320, 25k shark motor. Let's take a look and see what AJK car number 77. Tony finished last year, and that car is coming in at 31.8. He's back again with his on the front axle and front guide, and 53.4. 53.4. Let's take a look at the RPMs. AJK car number 77. And call it 2800 or AJK. So I hope I did not miss any cars. The cars have not been on the track. I cannot tell you if there are any issues. I have taken a look at them as I've weighed them now, and it does not look like there are any technical infringements. We have one car which is ALS, which has a technical issue. I'll take another look at that and see what we can do to resolve that. The cars are going to go through round 0. That will be perhaps this coming Saturday, early afternoon, late morning, early afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. And stay tuned, or take a look at the SCI forum for a link to the feed. I hope to give you a live feed and give you a few comments as we take the cars and run a few laps with each of them. After that, the cars are going to go to Super Slab, who will run round 1 at one of the Vancouver tracks, and then after that, the cars are going down to the Professor in Tacoma, and after that, they'll be heading east. We'll be racing at the Shoreliners with Smokey O's help, and then I'm checking in with Audi 1. After that, the cars are going to Ontario, and I'll confirm the rest of the tracks with you. More than likely, we'll be in Edmonton and Calgary, and then we will have 2 races in Kelowna to make up for the race that we will not have in California this year, and then they'll be back here for round 10 on hopefully what is then my finished new track. So good luck to everyone. Thanks again for such an excellent group of cars, what appears to be an excellent group of cars, and good luck in the 2019 season. Thanks and good night. We will not have in California this year, and then they'll be back here for round 10.